I'm going to do some fine tuning and just kind of show you a little bit, a couple maybe little tips that might be helpful in terms of if you are pulling out part of an image and you're using things like the cutout tool, just to kind of help you fine tune a little bit. So one of the things you might have noticed with each of these that I did, there were little pieces left over. So I'm going to go in, and one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to rename them so that I don't have to remember which one of these layers is which. Then I'm going to go ahead and make them bigger, clean them up, and then go back and kind of position them. So in this, I'm going to take you through to the point where we actually start putting the text in. That'll be the next one. So I've just tapped the top where it says mix layer. I'm just tapped on it once, and it allows me to rename it. So I can go ahead and change this. This is my pumpkin. So let's make that clear that that's my pumpkin. So that's fine. And then I've hit that snap button. So just real quick, I'll just take me back. It's this button right here that says snap. That basically makes it the size of the, kind of like in this case, it snaps out to the size of your canvas. So I've hit that button there. It's made it really big. So now I can see, okay, I've got this little piece here. So that's just showing you what the snap does. So I've gone back into my cutout tool. So I want to get rid of this little bit that's left of, I don't know if those chives, what they are, but I want to make sure I get rid of that. Okay, cool. Click my check mark. Now it's huge again. Okay, let's make it back, put it back down to the right size. I'm going to do the same thing with my corn and with my radish, because as you can see, I've got some stuff going on with my corn. Let me make clear that this is my corn. Okay, done. And then snap it. And you can see that because I turned my corn 90 degrees, it's turned it back to the original and snapped it out to the size. So I want to make sure that I get rid of whatever is kind of lurking in here that's making it that size. So go into subtract. I'm just going to kind of erase around the edges and make sure whatever it is that it's picking up on, it gets rid of. So I'll just hit the check, see if I got it. And again, when I tap on it, okay, good. I've gotten rid of whatever it is. So that's a bit better, and now I can put my corn near my pumpkin, because eventually I want it to be corn, pumpkin, corn. So let me duplicate it. So I've got my second ear of corn there. And again, remember, duplicate always puts it directly on top of the original. I'm going to move it over. So that I've got my corn, pumpkin, corn, the way that I'm going to want it in the end. Now, my radish. Let's make it clear that this guy's a radish. I'm not sure if that's how you spell radish, but we're going with it. And I want a radish in all four corners in the end, so I'm going to call it that. Again, I've got some stuff going on the edges, but I can't really see what that is. So I want to duplicate that guy and move it around, because I want, like I said, I want a radish in all four corners. Duplicate again. Where are you? I'm going to just move, as you can see, when I tap and hold, it kind of pops up my corn. So I can move it down, because one of the things you might have noticed is that I've got like pumpkin, corn, then I had radish, radish, corn, corn, radish. So just to try to make it a little bit clearer, if you tap and hold, you can reorder your layers, so that can be important if you need something on top of or underneath something else. So I'm just going to play that again just so you can see what happens when I tap and hold on my corn layer. So I tap and hold on it, and first it's moving it around because I'm not holding long enough. I need to hold long enough for it to kind of snap out, and then I can reorder, and I just dragged it down so that it's under all my radishes, and I'm going to do the same with the other corn. So now my layers are more in order. My radishes are sitting on top of everybody else. So then I can go ahead. Just makes it a little bit easier for me to kind of see what I'm doing, and that I've got my 4 radishes in the end. I've got 3 right now, but 4 radishes at the end. So one of the things that I just did there, I'm talking faster than I can, than I'm doing, is I made, in order to grab the radish here, I would end up hitting the plus button. Obviously, I don't want to add another layer. So I just clicked this button here, which makes the kind of tools disappear for me. So I clicked here. And that is what allowed me to then and you can see that now that's still visible. It will pop it back if I hit that again. But that's let me grab my radish layer on top, move it to where I want it, and then I'm going to need to see the layers again in order to duplicate again. But right now I just want to line this guy up. I'm gonna try to get it more or less even with the other radish. So now I've clicked that in order to see this guy duplicate. So I've got my 4th radish down here and move that guy over. So I've got my 4 radishes. I'm just gonna merge down so that I've got all 4 radishes in one layer. And the nice thing is, because I named that radish, makes it very clear all 4 radishes are now on this one layer, and then my other stuff's underneath it, so that if I want to move the corner radishes, I can do them as a group.